What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hums from Ather Gaming, and today, guys, I'm coming to you with a brand new deck profile. Yes, guys, you saw it here first. Dragon Link. Before we get into that, guys, huge shout out goes to all our lovely Patreons, all our lovely Discord members, and everybody part of our Facebook group. Make sure you guys check out the link in the description below so you can help support us. Make sure you guys also leave a like on this video, guys. Let's try and smash that like button. Let's try and hit 75 smackaroos on the like button. And guys, we're almost at that 5K mark, guys. We know you see it. And once we hit that $5,000 subscriber mark, guys, we are going to be giving away a prismatic secret rare storm dragon return. Yes, guys, you saw it here first. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into this deck profile. Alright, guys, so starting off with the Dino engine, we play the 3 Soul Eating Overraptor. This is the best engine by far in this deck just because most of your cards in the deck are actually all level 4, so Overraptor synergizes very well with the other level 1 tuners as well. And then adding on to the engine, we play the 1 Miscellaneous Source and the 1 Alo. Not more than 1 Miscellaneous Source because it is a brick, and again, Alo is also like just unfortunate to see in your hand and you don't want to draw it, so obviously no more of that. But this is a really good engine, probably the best engine, better than Dragonite engine. Just for what it does, and being able to grab the Miscellaneous Source with Fossil Dig is better because it guarantees you getting to an play. And then for the last one we play is the Carboneton. Now Carboneton is the bread and butter of this deck, and this is the reason why this deck can work so well. Is because you'll normal Overraptor, dump the Carboneton, and then banish Carboneton and summon your Flamvell Guard, and you can just combo off. Another reason why Overraptor is really good is because if you draw into it off of Saryuja, you can special it, dump Carboneton, and then summon the Alexander Dragon, which I'll show you guys next for a Dweller play. So that's it for the 1 card engine in the deck, which is Overraptor. Everything else is really important to the deck, and I wouldn't make any changes. Then the 2 vanillas we play is the 1 Alexandrite Dragon Alterer and the 1 DT Flamvell Guard. These cards are really important in what they do. Flamvell Guard more than Alexander Dragon. This is more my preference just because I would rather Dweller if I could. But the Flamvell Guard is really important because once you dump Overraptor, once you dump Carboneton with Overraptor, you can summon Flamvell Guard and then make an play. But if you draw Overraptor off of Saryuja, you dump Carboneton, you summon Alexander Dragon to make a Dweller play, and Dweller stops a lot of combo decks in the format as well as control decks like Salamangreats and stuff like that. So it's really important in that aspect. And just being vanilla monsters for Dragon Shine is really important, and it synergizes with the World Chalice Guard Dragon. So that's it for the initial cards in the deck. Now moving on to some new additions to the deck, which are the Rockets. So we're playing the new Absolouter Dragon, we're playing the new Rocket Tracer, we're playing the new Silver Rocket Dragon, and then we're playing some old faces, which is just the Rocket Synchron. This card's really good. So basically, I'll just break down what each of them do. Absolouter Dragon is very important in this deck just because if you control Rocket Monster, you can special him from your hand, and then you can link him away and then trigger a secondary effect, which is when it's sent to the graveyard, you just search another Rocket Monster, so you search extenders to continue off. This card really synergizes well with Dragon Shrine, Foolish Burial, and Dragon Ravine because you can just search a Rocket Monster and just combo off like that. Rocket Synchron, you don't really use his other effect, which is the normal, when it's normal summoned, you reborn a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon, but then you're locked in a Dark Dragon from the extra deck. You usually use him for the level 1 tutor and nothing more. Silver Rocket Dragon is really good because he's a level 4 1900 beater, and his effect is if he's targeted by a Boral monster, you rip a card out the extra deck. He's also really good because against decks that super poly you and only play 1 super poly target, you just target this card with Boral Sword and then rip a card out their extra deck and then proceed to win the game. And then the last new Rocket card to say is Rocket Tracer. This card's really good in this deck, being a level 4 tuner, which helps you facilitate cards like Brotor, Warlike, Cigar Dragon, as well as having the quick effect lets you pop a card. It helps when you going for game, you can hot red reborn this card, and then use this card to pop like a hot red, and then just push for the last bit of damage that you need by summoning a Rocket Monster. It's really good in what it does, and also being able to turbo into Boral Savage Dragon is really good. You don't play more of this card just because it isn't a pure Rocket version, it's just like a Dragon engine deck, as you guys can saw by the title, so that's that. Then for the last extenders, we play the 1 white and the 1 black. Self-explanatory, guys. They're like the Armageddonites. They're really important to this deck, and they're at 1 for a reason. I don't need to say much more about those cards. And now moving on to the really powerful one-ofs that we play in this deck. Play Red Eyes Darkest Metal. Darkest Metal is really important in the combo, which I'll show you guys at the end of this video. You abuse this card multiple times, use it twice, sometimes even 3 times if you have the extenders for it. And it's just really insane in what it does. Being able to reborn like a Tempest or a Flamvell Guard and continue to Saryuja plays and extension is very good. Also, when you get no material, Darkest Metal is really important because you can just banish the no material dragon and summon Darkest Metal, and then just reborn cards and extend. So it's really good. I play the 1 Destrudo. Again, it's just a really good card. You can dump it and it can be a level 4 lore Guard Dragon card. And yeah, if you don't know what Destrudo does, guys, Google it or pause the video to read what it does. Then I played the 1 Chaos Dragon Levianeer, not 2, not 3, just because loading the deck, loading the graveyard up with lights and darks is very difficult in this deck to do. I think the deck only plays like 2 light monsters, which are like Lambda and Alexander Dragon, so it's really, really difficult to do. And this card really comes up like in very niche situations, but it's really good to have. Like for comeback plays, it's really good. To extend after your opponent hand trap you, it's really good because then you just rip 2 cards out from their hand and they basically gump out of themselves. So it's a really good card. It's not as good as it was in Danger Thunder just because you don't have cards like Roar and Dark and all those cards, but still a really good card at 1 and very, very powerful. Then we move on to Omni Dragon Brotor. Really good card. If you want, guys, you can cut the Levianeer and play a second Brotor or even a third. Just because you want to see this card if your LP gets ogred, which is like one of the main cards to ogre in this deck. Because you can just summon Brotor from your hand like Astrograph Sorcerer, target itself, and then search a card like Black Dragon and continue on to your plays, or even Red MD and then banish this card and reborn it. It's really, really powerful in what it does, and Brotor is like one of the most underrated cards and probably a really good card in this deck. Then we played the one, obviously, the World Chalice Guard Dragon. Really good card. Everybody knows his reborn effect where you banish summon your own monster to a zone or link monster points to, but his initial effect is really good where if a linked monster, so linked meaning it points to a monster or a monster points to it, is targeted by a card effect, you can discard this card and kind of like hand trap and negate it like Saravis does. It's really good, and it'll come up more times than not if you get into it without having to use this card or just combo without it. Really good card. And then we played the one Tempest. Obviously, you guys, this card came off the list with this with the new changes. Really, really insane. The reason why you can literally turbo into Borreload Savage Dragon as well as push for like Appaloosa plays and Saryuja plays. This card's insane. It's literally like banish 2, summon it, and it just keeps recurring combo pieces and cards like that. And Tempest is a really good addition to this deck. Discarding to search doesn't really come up as much, but if you want, you can play the Crusadia Draco, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, Tempest is really good. Then for the last dragon, guys, you play the one Ather. You guys saw in my Danger Thunder deck, I played Ather as well. I still think Ather is a really good card, especially having Battle Disruption, or when they like summon 2 monsters and they're afraid to link summon, they go battle phase, attack your seal, you bounce the card, and then you summon Ather, bounce another card. Also, going second, being able to LP this card out and then aggro painting it back to banish another card. Really, really insane in what it does, and I definitely recommend playing Ather over cards like Goliath because Goliath and Sloth are bricks. And then to round off the monsters, guys, we play triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This card's really good just because it's the best hand trap to hit. I had 3 spaces, decided to play Ash Blossom. If you want to play more extenders, you can, but I just think being able to see Ash Blossom in your hand and just slowing your opponent down enough for you to just kill them or set up your own board is really important in this format, especially because we're heading towards a more control-heavy format. That's it for the monster, guys. Moving on to the spells, you play the 1-card engine, which is Fossil Dig. Gets you your Overraptor or gets you the Miscellaneous if you already have Overraptor. Not a hard one to turn, and you don't discard one to get it, so that's why I think it's better than Sign Up Mining. You do lose to Colossus, but just side this card out. Nothing more to say about Fossil Dig. It lets you get your best 1-card engine. Then, guys, you play literally the best card in this deck, which is Quick Launch. Now, guys, this, for those of you who don't know, is literally emergency teleport for your rocket monsters, and it can emergency e-tele literally any level monster. So you can quick launch for a Magna Rocket Dragon, you can quick launch for a Tracer, you can quick launch for a Rocket Synchron Dragon. Any of your missing pieces, you can literally quick launch, and it's not a hard one for turn, meaning that if you draw multiple quick launches, it's actually good. Also, it's really good, just like when they hand trap you, you can just chain a quick launch and just continue on like that. Also, with that new card, Dark Ruler No More, when they activate the card, you can just chain Quick Launch and then chain Hot Red to negate the actual Dark Ruler card. So it's perfectly fine like that. It's really important in this deck as well, and I wouldn't really say play anything. I don't play Script Draw because I don't play that many rocket monsters, so don't play that card. Then we'll play the double Dragon Ravine, the 1 Shrine, and the 1 Foolish. Now these cards are really important in what they do because they all dump dragon monsters to extend your plays. Foolish is the best one here because it can dump anything, so it can dump Carboneton and everything like that. Dragon Shrine is really good because you usually, if you have the combo already, you'll dump a normal monster and then dump something else so that Warlike Sea Guard Dragon can reborn a normal monster, preferably Flamval Guard, so you can sort of turbo into Borreload Savage plays. And then Dragon Ravine is really nice when you see cards like Carboneton or like Tempest. You can just discard those cards and dump Absol Dragon and then continue on like this. And this card's like technically like a combo starter if you have like Carboneton in your hand and stuff like that. So it's a really good card. Then for some more power 1-ofs we play 1 Unexpected Die. This card's really good because you just play it, you summon your Alexander Dragon or your Rocket Synchron, and you just continue from there. We played the 1, obviously the 1-for-1. This card's insane because it lets you discard cards as well, so you can get that Guard Dragon out of your hand. You can like special the Brotor, you can special Rokket Synchron. It's just altogether an insane card. Like pitching Tempest or Absolute Dragon or Destroyer is like infinite value in this deck. So it really helps also when you pitch like a Brotor or Red MD and they ash the LP, you just pitch the back the Red MD and you continue like that. Really, really powerful card. And then the final one of we play is the Warlike Cigar Dragon. This card's really good because Ib searches it. It's an extender and it helps you play around certain hand traps if you can move zones correctly. Also, for example, like if one of your cards gets interrupted, you can somewhere like Cigar Dragon and just move like the LP over or the Pissy over, and it's really good in what it does. And on activation, it either reborns or adds a card back to your hand. So if you see this card later on, like your Ib gets interrupted or stuff like that, you can actually add back a Black Dragon and like continue pushing for plays. Really good, really underrated card. And then to round off the deck, we play Triple Call by the Grave, guys. You play a combo deck, you want to be able to combo as much as possible. You want your opponent to not interrupt your plays, but again, this deck, like you guys saw, 15 million extenders, so it's a really good card in what it does. And yeah, Call of the Grave is really good. You just want to be able to resolve your combo as much as possible and make your opponent lose cards in their hand. Why not? Also, being able to call by the Graves cards like Salamangreat, like Spinny, Gazelle, cards like that, it's really good. So yeah, 40 in the main, guys. Wouldn't really change anything about that. If you guys want to play the Boral field spell, you can, but yeah, again, not my recommendation. Moving on to the next deck, guys. Starting off, of course, we got these lovely field centers. Shout out Ryan for getting us these field centers. Really happy with the way they turned out, guys. More to come, just stay tuned. Now going into the extra deck, you play the one Pissy, the one LP, and the one Agripane. Literally, like, I don't need to explain these cards. You guys have been dominating this format, past formats, and everything like that. Incoming ban coming when? I don't know, but these cards are just really good at what they do. Pissy reborns, LP summons, Agripane just busted, like, nothing much else to say about that. I'm not going to spend millions of minutes on that card. Then we played the one Psyframe Lord Lambda. This card's really important because it is a light, so if you go for 11-year plays going second, the light comes up. Obviously, it's the pointers. This could be land, this could be Lambda, this could be B-Cop. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a card. Lambda's only good because you can side Gamma, and currently I side Gamma, so it's really good because you can commit to a Romulus play. Then, speaking of Romulus, guys, you play the one Dragoonity Knight Romulus, a new addition to the deck. A very, very powerful card because if you do get hand trapped, you can go into a Romulus, or in the combo, you actually go into Romulus and basically search the Ravine and just pitch a card, dump Tempest, and extend from there. Another niche effect he has is if a monster is summoned to a zone he points to, you can special summon a Dragon monster from your hand, but then that monster can't be used as link material. But it doesn't matter because if you don't have the additional summon off of Saryuja or like another extender, you can summon to a pointer, and then Romulus can summon out the last dragon to go into a Savage Dragon and combo off like that. Romulus is really, really good. Then the last link to, generic link to, are the pointers you play as Heretic Seal. Again, nothing more to say about that. This card's like literally Trident, except better because it's a non-targeting bounce. And then it summons Ather from your deck, and it helps you banish cards. And just a really good card. It's very problematic, especially if you put up multiple negates. Like, and most of the times decks just can't out one Heretic Seal because they have to commit a lot. So yeah, it's really underrated card, really good card, I love it. Then the last link 2 we play is the Nightmare Phoenix. Just the best generic link 2 in the game right now. If you don't play Nightmare Phoenix in your deck, I don't know what you're doing. This card has to be in almost literally every deck, like even Sky Strikers play this card. It's just too good, like, and being able to discard a card and comboing off, and the zones are important, especially getting Cold Link to draw, or just having the sideward pointer against like cards, decks like Sky Strikers and stuff like that. Then the link 3s, guys. We only play one, no unicorn in this deck just because X deck's really tight, is Chillburst Dragon. Chillburst is really important actually in the deck because being able to reborn like Agripane and cards like that to continue on to plays, or just getting Pearson and the downward pointer is really important. Especially if you get interrupted, guys. Trust me, once you test this deck, you'll realize how good it is, and Chillburst is really important in the deck. Then link 4s, you play the one Saryuja, not 2 because you don't play Dangers, and Saryuja is really important because you can draw 4, special summon, and the pointers are really important. The Boral of my choice is Boral Sword, not Boral Load, because you want to be able to kill them, and most of the times, guys, Boral Sword can steal games, especially against games that you shouldn't win, like Salamangreat decks that have full control, is you can just be able to get the 4 monsters on board to get Boral Sword with like a random big beater on your board. You can just push for a game, and it's really crucial to steal a game. Like, if you lose a dice roll, steal a game 1, and then you're just up 1 with all the pressure with an aggro deck, so it's really good. Then the last link for you plays Appaloosa, guys. Again, new addition to this deck. Really, really good in what it does, because if you get interrupted, again, guys, you just make the Appaloosa for 4 or for 2 or for 3, and it just helps, especially if you can't get to that Dweller play, because you just negate a lot of monster heavy decks. And again, guys, in the combo mirror, it's really, really important to deal with cards like Appaloosa, so Appaloosa helps you deal with a lot of nonsense. And forcing battle phase with Appaloosa is really, really good as well, because that means that they can't kill you, and if they can't kill you, you're perfectly fine because you have all sorts of follow-up plays because, again, guys, it takes 2 cards to combo, and I'll show you. Then, moving on to the Synchros, guys, we play 1 Ib the World Challenge Justicar, or Miko as people call it. This card's really good, heart and soul of the deck. The main reason why you play this deck, you don't play 2 because then it just gets kind of unnecessary and you're crazy wild at that point. But Ib's really good because it can search it with like Cigar Dragon, and then it can summon from deck as well. Really, really good card. Yeah, not much to say. This card's going to start dominating a format soon. Then we play the 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. Yes, this card's really important because in the combo, guys, you get Saryuja pointing to it. And basically, when Saryuja are equipped with it, it has 4 total negates and it gains half the attack, so 14. So it literally goes to 44, and it's just unhealthy. And yeah, you can turbo this card with cards like Tracer. Then we played the 1 Hot Red Dragon, guys. I don't play Crystal Wing just because you're going to be ending with like Appaloosa most of the time and Abyss Dweller. And you want to be able to stop evenly matched. And with Borreload, Savage Dragon, and Hot Red, you actually, game 1, you deal with backward decks easier than you would think, just because obviously Heretic Seal doesn't do much, Dweller doesn't do much, but these 2 cards do a lot. And if you can draw the hand trap as well, it's really, really good in the deck. And then the final card you play is the Abyss Dweller. Really important in the deck, especially in the combo mirror. This is my rank forward choice, guys. You can't play cards like Evil Storm Nightmare, Tornado Dragon if you find the space. But I think Dweller is really important, again, like I said before, to stop Salamangreat, to stop cards like that. And yeah, so that was deck file, guys. Now we're going to get into a quick combo. Alright, guys. So now starting off with the combo, it is Soul Eating Overwrapper, or any way to get to Miko, realistically speaking, like a Fossil Leg Overwrapper, multiple quick launches, it doesn't matter. And any dragon that you can summon off of Saryuja, it does not matter if it's a level 4 or anything like that. But without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the combo video. So, we're going to go ahead and normal summon Soul Eating Overwrapper. Using Raptor's effect, we're going to send Carboneton to the graveyard. And now we're going to banish the Carboneton to summon the Flammable Guard from your deck. So Flammable Guard comes here. And now with the 1 and a 4, you're going to Synchro summon into Ib the World Chalice Justicar. And now you're going to use Ib's effect to search. So we're going to search your one of like Cigar Dragon. So this card is really insane because it's an extender. So you're going to activate this card to reborn the Flammable Guard. And then link these 2 cards away again. And we're going to summon our generic Link 2, which is Siphon Lord Lambda. Again, guys, this can be a B-Cop, this can be anything. Now, Ib's going to trigger to summon World Chalice Guard Dragon from your deck. It can also summon from your graveyard if you guys have it in the graveyard, so yeah. So now we're going to link World Chalice Guard Dragon away into Pitsy or LP. It doesn't really matter, again, because you're going to be summoning them. So LP, now using its secondary effect, banishing it to summon Flammable Guard to a Zone Link monster points to, and then link Flammable Guard away into your Guard Dragon Pitsy. Now, guys, here we're going to use LP's effect to special from deck. And we're not going to summon Brotor, guys. We're going to be summoning actually the best card in the deck, which is Darkness Metal. And now we use Darkness Metal's effect to reborn Flammable Guard. Just because it's the only dragon monster. Obviously, if you have any extensions, you can. Now we're going to link these 4 away. These 4 away into your Saryuja. And you guys are going to draw 4 cards, guys. Doesn't matter what you draw. Like, you draw 4 cards, you put 3 back. So we'll keep 1. You put 3 back. It doesn't matter. If, again, like, when you're running this combo at home or like in practical settings and stuff like that, you obviously extenders. But for now, we're just gonna keep it like this. So now we use Pitsy effect to reborn Darkness Metal, and now Darkness Metal again to reborn Flammable Guard. Alright, and now we're gonna use Saryuja effect to special summon Flammable Dragon. Now we're gonna Alexander Dragon, or the Dragon, doesn't matter which one. Now we're gonna link these 2 away into your Guard Dragon Agripane. And now Agripane's effect is going to trigger since 2 link monsters point summon the Hot Red. And now from here, we're going to link away the Guard Dragon LP and the Agripane away to summon, yes guys, you guessed it, or you probably didn't guess it, Dragonity Knight Romulus. Using Romulus' effect on summon, we're going to grab ourselves a Dragon Ravine. And now like this, guys, we're going to activate the Dragon's Ravine. Discarding that 1 card we drew, it doesn't matter again, guys, like what the card was, like I said before. I'm going to send Tempest. Again, like if you drew multiple extenders, you can end on even like further beyond boards. But for now, this is what we're going to do. Now we're going to link the Romulus and the Saryuja away into Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Zones don't matter. And now we're going to banish 2 to use Tempest's effect in the graveyard, which you dump. So you banish the Romulus and the Agripane. And the reason why you banish the Link 2s is just play around cards like the Sky Strike and stuff like that. I'm going to summon the Tempest. Anyway. Now, a level 1 and a 7 are going to Synchro summon into Borreload Savage Dragon. And we're going to use Savage Dragon's effect on summon to target the Saryuja to equip it. Well, it doesn't really target, it just equips. And now we're gonna use Relic Cigar Dragon effect to move the Hot Red Abyss, obviously just to get out the zone so you can summon in the follow-up turn and stuff like that. So guys, off of a 2-card combo, we ended with Heroic Seal, which is 2 negates with 1 negate, and then summon the Ather during their battle phase, a Hot Red, and a Borderlord Savage Dragon, and he's also boosted by the Saryuja. So this is a very consistent combo, guys, and if you guys want to see any other test hands, make sure you let us know in the comment section below. Alright guys, so that was the video. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like the video, share if you care, tell a friend to tell a friend, and like me and my best friend Albert Einstein always say, wash your ass.